Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. I didn't see any leaks for the Kaka earlier today or any other day, so we didn't do the review in advance for this one. So we just went ahead and got the loan card to try him out. To be honest with you guys, the way that he looks like, or the way that he looks, it's a card that I would say is going to specifically be played in the cam position mostly, right? You can use him as one of two strikers for sure. I feel like with the pace, it is a little bit nice to have a little bit of extra, sprint speed, especially with those through balls being very effective. Like sometimes there's cards that have lower acceleration, but their sprint speed is really high, and that sprint speed really takes over for those long distance runs. So that's why if he's in the cam position, it probably wouldn't be as bad. But striker, if you're playing that 4-3-2-1, and he has proper enough attacking AI, it could definitely be a pretty decent card to use. So yeah, 6'1", high medium work rates, right-footed, 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. With this card in game, we obviously have to give him the finisher chemistry style, because finisher chemistry style will still make him a controlled player. I always prefer explosive, but controlled and explosive, they're not like completely far off of each other, so that should be perfectly fine. He is more physical oriented, and I feel like for controlled players it definitely suits their playstyle a little bit more. So he's going to have 92 acceleration, 90 for sprint speed. Shooting is going to essentially be in a perfect area with traits of finesse shots, flair, playmaker, technical dribbler, and speed dribbler. So those could potentially help out with dribbling animations. We'll see. Passing on the card is going to be in a fantastic area, which kind of suggests again that in the cam position could definitely be very nice. Dribbling we will be experimenting with, because all going to be in the 90s area while working with his height and body type. No defensive stats. And then he does have an 87 for stamina to pretty much use him in any of the attacking positions, depending on how you want to line him up, right? So, yeah, definitely looks like an interesting card. We'll be using him in the 4-3-2-1 that we reviewed from the pro player, using him up top in the striker position, and we will use the rest of the team as is. So, yeah, we'll see what he's like. Hopefully he's a beast.
Ready to bring you foot rivals action. How do you see it panning out, Stuart? Thanks, Derek.
Okay. Didn't even green it, and he scores right away for me. Banger.
Mario Rui. In behind for him to chase.
Oh, I gotta put way more power behind that.
And unable to keep possession. Looks promising. Kaka.
Okay, that was like really base in the middle there, but still scored it. Ooh, very quick on that Elastico. Yo, he can actually run. Yo, this guy could actually run, man. Hit it on the white there. Not a crazy finesse shot. That would have been a regular strike, and he doesn't do crazy there. I'll take that finish. Nice. His positioning was good.
Somebody who certainly is capable of bringing his influence to bear. Stuart, what do you expect?
Well, Derek, we know he can score goals in many different ways, but I think he's at his most...
Oh, that was like the responsiveness there was like really strange.
Well, it was a good-looking sequence, but it comes to an end. Kaka.
A heel to heel is pretty heavy, but that's expected with his height. The heel to heels for sure. Heel to heels are really like smooth when the players are like smaller, but sometimes they still hit them well. Like when you're up against the goalkeeper 1v1 and you got that 45 angle. Little flick. Oh, couldn't get that registration off there. Gonna use the AI, so we're gonna do that. Lasco shot. There we go. Create the space there. Oh, too much power on it. It was also coming off of a bounce as well, so the shot's going to be a little bit higher too. Nice. Avoided the challenge there, too. That's the meta in this game, eh? You get that drag, elastico. Oh, I didn't get the right power on it. Probably get a first time touch there.
Kaka.
Oh, unlucky. It was too close to him to get that off.
The foul, but has played advantage. And a fine tackle.
Constant adjustments there were definitely very nice. Didn't mind that whatsoever.
Well, it was a foul, but good use of advantage by the referee. A glorious chance.
Yeah, I have to get used to his shot power for those chips.
And in attack today, Fernando Morientes starts with Falcao. The high press was on, and the chance is on.
Oh, I even got it on the green too. That's unlucky.
Goalkeeper has it.
Well, defensive play.
Kaka. Is it going to be?
There we go.
Done it. Kaka.
His timing of the shots, you have to get used to it because you can see his animation sometimes a little bit slower. So you just have to get used to that a little bit.
And he's lost custody of the ball here. Oh, he's left his marker for dead. It has to be.
Let's go. Oh, got him.
Piece of skill. And since they have the ball, the referee playing a
Oh, I could. He went over the ball. That's why I couldn't get the timing properly. I didn't expect that.
Benacer, and he's broken free.
Let's go. Good positioning. Thought he would activate that like right away. Not right away though. You have to wait a little bit for that one.
Position that time.
There it is. That's the activation I'm looking for.
Fernando Morientes. An effective challenge.
Yeah, his attacking AI is perfectly fine. Like I actually don't mind it whatsoever.
Politano.
See, activates it there. 45. Heel to heel. Score the opportunity. I was a little bit too far from the goalkeeper to force a reaction out of him, but
And two coaches that want to play an attractive brand of football. What more could you ask for?
Is this the moment?
it's so insane how like crazy the McGeady cancel on the Elastico is. Like that's like such a huge thing in this game.
The initial 11.
He's pausing. He's probably gonna cut out one time.
Stuart, what do you expect to see from him today?
Well, he comes alive around the box. He's so
Oh,
good at
hang
winning.
on, Stuart. Big chance here.
And I hit the post.
On the post.
And he's offside.
Oh, lovely incisive pass. Can he keep his composure?
Oh, I try to finesse it. It's literally better just try to go for the power strike and then to settle it because the AI in the middle will go right away, so it's not worth going for the finesse. But you can see that constant adjustment he was doing in the attack.
Advance and a lot of options here. Oh, it's now
I tried it
wide. So
from the distance.
Kaka. Well, he had a look.
Nice try, nice try. His shooting, if you don't green it, guys, it's like whatever, you know. You definitely got to green the shots for the consistency and directness.
Kaka.
There you go.
The opening statement.
Yeah, you got to hit those greens for the consistency with him. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the new Prime SBC Kaka. So, guys, what's interesting about this card for me is that, in my opinion, I've used Kaka in a lot of years of FIFA, a lot of years. And we've noticed this reoccurring thing in FIFA nowadays where a lot of players are at their best for this year's game. And I feel like Kaka is also that type of player. Like maybe if we're talking about like the regular AC Milan Kaka from like the old FIFAs, that's different, right? But we're talking about like, you know, like 17, 18, or whatever years they had the icon Kaka, right? I feel like this is his best year for me personally because of the way that the mechanics work, especially with the way that the dribbling works, right? So this card on a finisher chemistry style is actually pretty good in game. He's not bad, okay? What I will say is that a couple things that I noticed is that when it comes to shooting consistency, right? I did feel like I had to really green time my shots with him. Like sometimes, like the way that the shot was taken with Kaka, sometimes doesn't have that like crazy venom behind it, right? With like the regular strikes. Obviously, if you work high percentage strikes as much as possible, you'll still be able to score most of them. But you want to try to green time your shots as much as possible for the consistency, right? But the card is actually pretty well formatted for how he ends up performing in game, right? So if I'm using this 4-3-2-1 system and I end up using a card like this in my striker position, it works out perfectly fine, right? And a big reason for this is because when you give him the finisher chemistry style, his dribbling stats being in the 90s area with a 99 for finishing, attacking positioning being boosted, animation choices when it comes to running is actually pretty decent. The card is very solid to work with, right? And what's interesting about him too is that, in my opinion, if you really want to, you can pretty much use them in any of the attacking positions. Now, I always prefer to have players that feel a little bit more agile when it comes to the left stick, of course, because you guys know me, left stick merchant, engine chemistry style merchant, right? But yeah, no, this card, like, in my opinion, this is his best year in FIFA. In my opinion, for the icon cards in general, like a lot of the times, they were decent to use, but they still felt kind of generic. Like this card feels, in my opinion, better than he has in previous years, which is definitely a huge W because the SBC itself is 600k. One of them is to put bronze and silvers in, and then you have 4 of the rest of it for a card that's out for 12 weeks. Okay, so for a prime version of Kaka, which is currently the best version of his card that exists, for a card that actually performs decently well in game, that is Kaka, in my opinion, it's a WSBC, you know? This is a card that for me, if I were to use him in a team, would be a nice little cheeky pass in present AC Milan squad, or I was using him for like Brazilian links and stuff. Like, it's really, really cool. Really, really cool. You know, if you have like Jairzinho on your team and you have Kaka, it'd be pretty sick from the SBC selections that you would have there too. So yeah, definitely a W. I liked his passes. His passes came off great. The two main things, again, is if you're shooting normally, you notice that thing to him a little bit sometimes. And it's also the dribble because obviously, regardless of the unique body type, you do feel the 6'1" height sometimes, but not enough for you to not like the card in general because obviously the skill moves is the most important part. But I just want you guys to notice from the white time shots, which is basically regular shots, that the shots didn't come off like too crazy. Like they're really based in the middle. So you want to try to hit your greens as much as possible with them. Okay. So I still enjoy using him. Like I said, I think this is the most enjoyable Kaka has been as an icon card in any FIFA. So definitely a W in regards to that. Just food for thought in regards to you putting fodder into this, guys. Apparently, and don't take my word for this because I don't know if it's actually going to come out, but apparently they're going to be dropping icon SBCs every day during Team of the Year. So if that's actually going to be the case, you have to control your fodder a little bit in regards to what you want to do because we're obviously going to be doing the reviews for those cards and seeing what's up with that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.